Hi friends, imagine a person A, a very hungry and poor chap, hasn't had meals for last 3-4 days, hasn't had food for last 3-4 days because of some natural calamity. Now the government aid arrives, and before this person could grab any food packet, another healthy person comes in. This person is healthy, he has had enough food, his stomach is full, and yet this person comes running in and grabs as many food packets as possible and leaves, leaving hardly anything for this hungry chap, leaving him hungrier and devastated. Can you imagine this situation? Somewhat similar happens in this particular condition called as coronary steal syndrome. Let's understand why the word steal has been used, as if that healthy person comes in and steals the food packets which were expected to be delivered to that poor chap. So this is seen in the conditions of coronary artery diseases. For example, let's say angina. Let's assume that there are epicardial vessels and one of the epicardial vessels has narrowing, some kind of a stenosis, atherosclerotic plaque, and therefore it is partially occluded. Now what happens is, because of this partial narrowing or stenosis, the area beyond that stenosis will be ischemic, right? And lack of blood flow, already ischemia has begun over there. Now when you start thinking of giving a vasodilator drug, obviously you would expect that there will be vasodilation and the blood flow in the ischemic zone will improve. But no, in fact what happens is there is likely to be a further ischemia and further damage. Why? Let's see here. So first things first, already the zone was ischemic, and therefore it might have released certain metabolites like lactic acid or H plus, and those metabolites in the ischemic zone, these are vasodilators. They dilate the vessels. So those metabolites in the ischemic region beyond the stenosis may have already caused some amount of vasodilation in that region. So when you give vasodilator drug, expecting that it will dilate the vessels in the ischemic zone, but instead what happens is there is dilation of the vessels in the healthy myocardium. I mean the coronary vessels which are going towards the healthy myocardium. There will be more dilation in those vessels. Uh, why? Because already some amount of dilation was existing in the ischemic zone. So now this time when you give vasodilator drug, there is dilation of the parallel branches which are going towards the healthy myocardium. And because of that, what happens is upstream pressure above the stenosis. Upstream means if this is the narrowing and beyond that there is ischemic zone. Now upstream, above the stenosis, up to the branching point, the pressure will drop because the blood flow has been diverted in the parallel branch. So pressure will drop in the region which is above the stenosis, upstream, up to the branching point. And if the pressure drops above the stenosis, that means the blood flow will further reduce, the blood flow will further drop in the ischemic zone. So that area will become even more ischemic after giving vasodilator drug. So as you can see here, decreased pressure upstream of the stenosis up to the branching point, there will be further decrease in the blood flow to the ischemic zone. So in a nutshell, what we have described it here as stealing of blood flow. The healthy myocardium is stealing the blood flow which was expected to go to the poor hungry ischemic myocardium. So stealing of blood flow by healthy myocardial branches, making the ischemic zone even more ischemic and further causing the damage. That's what is in short the coronary steal syndrome. So the point is, before you start thinking of giving a vasodilator drug, you have to keep this condition in mind.